Some vehicles mark their era by changing what people expect from a machine on wheels. They come when the market feels crowded and the competition loud, yet they manage to turn that noise into momentum. They do not rely on nostalgia alone, they rewrite the rulebook on what performance, design, and everyday use can mean for a modern driver. This story follows one such turning point. It is not about a concept or a prototype, but about a production model that signals how the next generation of trucks might balance muscle with sustainability, familiarity with innovation, and comfort with real capability. We will trace how it was built, what makes it stand apart, and what its arrival means for drivers, automakers, and the future of electric mobility. Stay tuned, and if you enjoy deep dives into the machines shaping tomorrow's roads, remember to like, subscribe, and comment on which vehicle you want covered next. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV enters the scene as both a statement and a challenge, a fully electric pickup from a brand long known for its torque-heavy, gas-powered workhorses. For decades, the Ram 1500 built its identity around toughness and utility. Now, that image faces its greatest test as the REV attempts to merge raw capability with zero-emission technology. The engineers behind the 2025 Ram 1500 REV did not start with a blank slate. They built on decades of lessons from hauling, towing, and off-road performance, layering those traditions onto a new platform called STLA Frame, purpose-built for electric power. That decision allowed them to keep the proportions and usability that traditional truck buyers demand while embedding modern EV architecture underneath. The result is a truck that looks familiar but hides a completely new heart. Under its bold exterior, the 2025 Ram 1500 REV houses a dual-motor setup producing a combined 654 horsepower and 620 pound-feet of torque. Those numbers place it at the top of the class for electric pickups currently reaching production, giving it the kind of instant acceleration that even high-performance cars would admire. But straight-line power is only one part of the story. The REV's engineering targets the balance between range, payload, and charging practicality. Buyers can select between a standard 168 kWh battery or a massive 229 kWh pack, the latter projected to deliver up to 500 miles of driving on a single charge. That figure would represent one of the longest ranges of any electric vehicle available, and it highlights Ram's goal to end range anxiety for truck owners who rely on long-distance capability. Charging speed is equally important. The REV supports 800-volt DC fast charging, allowing up to 110 miles of range to be added in about 10 minutes under ideal conditions. For many potential owners, this is the technical breakthrough that could make electric trucking genuinely convenient. Inside the cabin, the 2025 Ram 1500 REV blends rugged utility with digital sophistication. A 14.5-inch central touchscreen dominates the dashboard, paired with a 12.3-inch digital cluster and an optional passenger-side display that allows navigation or entertainment control. Materials lean upscale, combining durable textures with soft touch finishes, creating a space that feels premium without losing practicality. The truck also includes multiple storage solutions, including the famous Rambox cargo system integrated into the bedsides, now adapted for the electric layout. The cabin remains a place designed for both work and relaxation, offering quiet comfort thanks to the silent nature of its motors and the acoustic insulation added to counter road noise. Safety and driver assistance technologies receive significant upgrades as well. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV introduces hands-free driving capabilities on approved highways, adaptive cruise control that learns from driver behavior, and a suite of sensors enabling parking assistance even with a trailer attached. The towing rating reaches up to 14,000 pounds, while payload capacity lands at around 2,700 pounds, maintaining the functional edge that truck buyers expect. These specifications prove that electrification does not have to mean compromise. Still, every major innovation carries a cost. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV's curb weight exceeds many gas counterparts, thanks largely to the enormous battery pack. Managing that mass without dulling handling became one of the program's biggest challenges. Engineers employed a sophisticated air suspension system with adaptive damping to counterbalance the added weight and provide variable ride height for efficiency or off-road use. It can lower at highway speeds for aerodynamic benefit or raise for rough terrain, merging utility with refinement. The REV's exterior design signals continuity rather than shock value. The front end maintains the bold, confident stance Ram owners recognize but replaces the traditional grille with a solid, illuminated panel that improves airflow. Distinctive LED signatures form a futuristic look while paying homage to Ram's established visual DNA. Every panel was shaped for aerodynamics, targeting reduced drag coefficients uncommon in full-size pickups. Despite the technological leap, the 2025 Ram 1500 REV remains familiar to anyone who has owned a Ram before. This intentional design strategy reflects a key insight. The electric truck market is not just about early adopters, it is about convincing traditional truck buyers that the future can still feel like home. The REV invites those drivers to keep their expectations while expanding their possibilities. Beneath this balance of tradition and innovation lies a deeper business calculation. The company behind the Ram 1500 REV understands that electric trucks will define its next decade. By investing heavily in battery supply chains, domestic assembly, and digital ecosystems, the automaker aims to secure long-term sustainability and independence from volatile fuel markets. The REV is not just a new product, it is the foundation of a new ecosystem where energy, software, and hardware intersect. Yet as promising as the 2025 Ram 1500 REV appears, it faces skepticism. Some analysts question whether traditional truck customers are ready for the charging routines of EV ownership, while others wonder how well an electric truck can perform in extreme cold or when towing heavy loads for long distances. These concerns are valid, and they form the real-world tests that will determine the REV's success. Ram's strategy relies on convincing buyers that electrification enhances capability rather than limiting it. Marketing efforts highlight silent strength, instant torque, and reduced maintenance, reframing what truck toughness means in an electric age. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV's timing is also crucial. Entering the market after other electric pickups might seem risky, but it allows Ram to learn from competitors' missteps. Early electric trucks revealed limitations in battery cooling, software stability, and build quality. By waiting and refining, Ram hopes to deliver a product that feels mature from day one. This patience could become a competitive advantage if execution meets expectations. There is also the cultural dimension. Trucks hold a special place in American identity. They symbolize independence, hard work, and reliability. Converting that emotional attachment into enthusiasm for electricity instead of gasoline requires careful storytelling. The REV's campaign leans on that heritage, presenting the shift not as abandoning tradition but as upgrading it for a new century. This narrative gives owners a sense of pride rather than loss, positioning the truck as a natural evolution rather than a radical departure. As the 2025 Ram 1500 REV rolls toward production, anticipation builds around how it will perform in daily life. Early test drives show strong acceleration and confident road manners, suggesting that the transition from mechanical roar to electric hum will not dampen the driving experience. The true test will come when the trucks start towing boats, hauling loads, and surviving harsh winters. Every truck that succeeds in these conditions strengthens the case for electrified work vehicles across America. In many ways, the REV symbolizes the end of hesitation in this segment. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV enters its next phase not as an isolated innovation but as a signal of transformation across the entire truck ecosystem. Its design philosophy, engineering architecture, and energy management strategies reveal how one vehicle can push a market to evolve. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV is built on Stellantis's STLA frame, a modular platform designed to host multiple body types and power outputs. This flexibility allows the automaker to scale its electric ambitions rapidly while reducing manufacturing complexity. The platform's integrated battery structure strengthens the chassis, lowering the center of gravity and improving handling without compromising bed utility. It is not just a powertrain swap, it is an entirely new vehicle foundation designed for longevity and adaptability. Understanding this architecture helps reveal how the 2025 Ram 1500 REV might influence the next generation of heavy-duty electric trucks. Its battery is not simply an energy source but a structural component, enabling a rigid frame that supports high payloads and towing stability. This design contrasts with early electric trucks that struggled with body flex and uneven weight distribution. In practical terms, that means smoother rides under load and more predictable handling when towing. To the driver, it feels like a familiar workhorse that happens to run on electricity. Software integration becomes the silent hero of the 2025 Ram 1500 REV's performance story. The truck's digital brain manages power delivery, traction, and regenerative braking with precision. It can shift torque between the front and rear motors almost instantaneously, optimizing grip during acceleration or rough terrain. The adaptive suspension system works in sync with these controls, adjusting height and stiffness based on speed, weight, and road conditions. The result is an experience that feels stable and composed whether cruising highways or tackling gravel roads. The real difference lies in how the REV communicates with its driver. Through its digital cluster and connected app, the 2025 Ram 1500 REV offers real-time energy analytics, route planning that includes charging stations, and predictive range calculations based on terrain, temperature, and load. These insights transform how drivers plan their workday or long trips, bringing a new level of transparency to truck ownership. For fleets, the data means better logistics and reduced downtime. For individuals, it means peace of mind. The broader implication is that software now defines much of a vehicle's personality. Over-the-air updates allow the 2025 Ram 1500 REV to improve long after purchase. Performance maps, efficiency tuning, and even new driving modes can arrive digitally. This approach ensures that the truck remains current even as technology advances, extending its lifespan and enhancing resale value. It marks a shift in what ownership means, not just buying a vehicle, but investing in a platform that evolves with you. Yet technology alone cannot guarantee success. The emotional factor remains powerful. Truck buyers often base decisions on trust built over years of consistent performance. To earn that trust, the 2025 Ram 1500 REV has to prove itself in real-world scenarios, towing in heat, hauling in rain, and operating in remote areas where charging infrastructure remains thin. The automaker knows this, and the REV's marketing deliberately focuses on functionality first, innovation second. It is a truck that just happens to be electric, not an experiment disguised as one. This positioning matters because it reframes how customers interpret change. For decades, electrification was associated with small, urban vehicles, not full-size pickups. By offering a machine that looks, feels, and performs like a traditional truck but operates silently and cleanly, the 2025 Ram 1500 REV blurs the line between old and new. It normalizes electric torque in a segment that once dismissed battery power as novelty. Infrastructure, however, remains the elephant in the room. Long-range capability helps, but drivers still need reliable fast chargers along major routes. To address this, the automaker collaborates with national charging networks and explores dealer-based charging hubs that provide high-output stations for commercial fleets. The goal is not only to sell trucks but to sustain them, ensuring that logistics match capability. If successful, the 2025 Ram 1500 REV could become a cornerstone in accelerating America's EV infrastructure rollout. The economic implications extend further. Manufacturing electric trucks like the 2025 Ram 1500 REV involves retooling plants, securing battery materials, and training workers in new assembly techniques. These shifts ripple through supply chains, creating demand for domestic battery production and skilled technicians. Each truck rolling off the line represents both a product and a promise that traditional industries can adapt to a cleaner economy without losing jobs or quality. Culturally, the 2025 Ram 1500 REV also challenges perceptions of what power sounds like. The absence of engine noise might seem unnatural to lifelong truck owners, but it introduces a new kind of presence. Instead of volume, it conveys authority through smooth torque delivery and instantaneous response. Drivers no longer need to hear performance to feel it, they sense it in motion. This subtle shift might redefine how Americans perceive strength on the road. Beyond work and performance, the REV's energy ecosystem broadens its role. The truck's bidirectional charging allows it to power tools, campsites, or even homes during outages. For rural users and contractors, this turns the 2025 Ram 1500 REV into a mobile generator, expanding its utility beyond transportation. It also supports grid stabilization by feeding energy back during peak demand. These capabilities elevate the truck from vehicle to energy asset, changing its relationship with both owner and environment. The environmental impact cannot be ignored. By replacing internal combustion with electricity, the 2025 Ram 1500 REV contributes to emission reduction targets and local air quality improvements. However, the true sustainability measure depends on battery recycling and renewable charging sources. The automaker's long-term strategy includes battery recovery programs and renewable energy partnerships to minimize life cycle impact. These steps are critical in transforming perception from short-term innovation to lasting environmental responsibility. The ripple effect across the industry could be immense. Once one major electric pickup achieves mass market success, others will follow rapidly. Supply chains will scale, costs will drop, and consumer confidence will rise. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV stands positioned as that potential catalyst, the model that makes electric trucks feel inevitable rather than experimental. For automakers, it sets a benchmark. For drivers, it sets expectations. The balance between tradition and transformation gives it narrative weight. This truck does not erase history, it evolves it. Each design choice, from the familiar body lines to the futuristic lighting, acknowledges the past while steering toward the future. The result is a product that honors legacy while building relevance. As the 2025 Ram 1500 REV heads into production and public roads, its story enters a new phase. How the market responds will determine whether it becomes a historic milestone or a transitional step. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV now faces the most critical part of its journey, proving that ambition and execution can align in the real world. A truck can carry impressive numbers on paper, but what truly matters is how it performs under pressure, in weather, on job sites, and in the hands of ordinary owners. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV must convince skeptics that electrification enhances durability rather than dilutes it. As the first production units reach customers, early impressions highlight refinement and consistency. Drivers report acceleration that feels immediate but controlled, a quiet cabin that rivals luxury sedans, and a sense of stability under load that reflects careful chassis tuning. The REV's suspension, with its adaptive air system, smooths out rough roads even with a trailer attached. This calm precision transforms how a truck feels during long hauls, replacing vibration and noise with effortless composure. It also underlines a central theme: technology serving practicality. For commercial operators, the 2025 Ram 1500 REV introduces a new kind of cost efficiency. Electricity remains cheaper per mile than gasoline or diesel in most regions, and fewer moving parts mean lower maintenance over time. Fleet managers evaluating total ownership cost see significant long-term benefits, especially when factoring in tax incentives and reduced downtime. However, real success depends on how well the truck fits into daily workflow. Charging infrastructure must match operational rhythms, and early adopters will test those limits. Ram's investment in connected fleet management tools allows operators to plan routes, monitor energy use, and locate charging stations seamlessly, helping offset early logistical challenges. For private owners, the experience feels less like adapting to a new category and more like discovering a familiar tool with new capabilities. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV's interior comfort and connected technology appeal to lifestyle buyers who use trucks for both work and recreation. The cabin becomes a quiet workspace during the week and a family hub on weekends, supported by wireless charging pads, multiple USB ports, and built-in Wi-Fi. The shift from mechanical noise to near silence encourages conversation, relaxation, and focus, redefining what long drives can feel like. These practical advantages reveal why electric trucks could gradually dominate the segment. Yet the 2025 Ram 1500 REV must also navigate emotional expectations. Many owners equate the sound and feel of combustion engines with authenticity. Ram addresses this by emphasizing the tangible power of instant torque. The first-time drivers experience full acceleration from a standstill, they understand strength no longer needs to shout. The sensation of smooth, endless pull becomes its own form of satisfaction, delivering power that feels modern yet primal. Long-term ownership introduces another layer of the story: sustainability. The automaker plans to integrate end-of-life battery recovery programs, ensuring the materials powering the 2025 Ram 1500 REV can re-enter production cycles. This initiative reduces waste and aligns with a global shift towards circular manufacturing. For consumers, this represents responsibility paired with performance, turning environmental awareness into a badge of smart ownership rather than sacrifice. The truck's impact extends beyond individuals to entire communities. Electric trucks like the 2025 Ram 1500 REV encourage charging installations in rural and industrial areas where infrastructure growth has lagged. Each new charger supports not only pickups but also other electric vehicles, accelerating adoption across categories. The REV thus acts as both product and catalyst, drawing investment and innovation wherever it sells. Its presence in the marketplace also reshapes competition. Rivals must respond by improving their range, charging speed, and utility, creating a cycle of rapid advancement that benefits consumers. While early electric trucks introduced the concept, the 2025 Ram 1500 REV demonstrates how refinement, range, and usability can coexist. This maturation phase defines the next chapter of electric mobility: less experimentation, more execution. Public perception follows performance. As test results, towing demonstrations, and owner testimonials spread, confidence in electric capability strengthens. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV becomes a case study in how engineering credibility can shift attitudes faster than marketing ever could. It shows that when technology meets genuine utility, skepticism fades. Every mile driven without compromise becomes quiet proof that the future has arrived. The truck's cultural footprint also grows. In neighborhoods, construction sites, and highways, its presence normalizes electric power where diesel once ruled. Children who see it charging overnight may grow up viewing electricity as the natural energy for trucks. That generational shift could redefine consumer expectations permanently. For enthusiasts, the REV introduces new possibilities for tuning and software customization. While traditional modifications involved mechanical changes, this new era focuses on software maps, range optimization, and data-driven performance. The customization culture adapts, ensuring that individuality remains part of truck ownership even in the electric age. As production ramps up, challenges remain. Battery material sourcing, dealer training, and energy grid coordination all require constant refinement. Yet each solved problem strengthens the ecosystem supporting vehicles like the 2025 Ram 1500 REV. The model's real legacy might not be a single specification but the network of solutions it inspires. It represents a collaboration between technology, infrastructure, and consumer trust. The outcome will determine how quickly electric mobility becomes mainstream. Looking ahead, the 2025 Ram 1500 REV stands as a symbol of balance, muscle and mindfulness, tradition and innovation, capability and conscience. Its story is about evolution rather than revolution. It proves that progress does not have to erase identity, it can build upon it. The closing chapter reflects on what this means for both industry and culture, and how this single model could shape the next decade of transportation in America. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV represents more than a new chapter in one brand's story. It stands as proof that American ingenuity can adapt without losing its soul. When the concept of an electric truck first surfaced, many doubted it could capture the same sense of confidence and capability that made traditional pickups cultural icons. Yet the 2025 Ram 1500 REV shows that power does not depend on noise, and progress does not mean abandoning heritage. It redefines toughness through precision and quiet endurance, turning efficiency into strength. The lessons it brings reach far beyond one showroom. Engineers across the industry now have a working example of how to merge rugged functionality with digital intelligence. Policymakers see evidence that electrification can thrive in segments once considered resistant to change. Consumers gain confidence that an electric vehicle can handle both work and adventure without compromise. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV, through its blend of range, performance, and familiarity, bridges the emotional and practical gaps that once separated early adopters from traditional truck owners. It invites both groups to share the same road toward a cleaner and more capable future. For drivers, the takeaway is straightforward: the tools of progress have arrived, and they look reassuringly familiar. For the industry, the takeaway is deeper: evolution succeeds when it respects the past while serving the needs of tomorrow. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV embodies that philosophy, turning technology into trust. If it delivers on its promise, it will not only compete with other electric trucks but inspire a wave of innovation that reshapes how America builds, drives, and thinks about vehicles. The silent torque, the extended range, and the digital command center all come together as symbols of a future no longer waiting on the horizon but idling in driveways today. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV may not just be the electric truck that challenges expectations, it may be the one that changes them entirely.